with me, Lorenzo Isaac, for TVS Nightline. Here are the headlines for tonight. AGONG decrees an end to Allah socks controversy. Sarawak state level NUZUL Al-Quran. Sarawak's cultural richness on display in Paris. Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Ibrahim has called on all parties to stop stoking the Allah socks controversy as the matter is now in the hands of the authorities. His Majesty commanded that action be taken in accordance with the law, thereby negating the necessity for any party to continue feeling anger.
The king also said that it is better for all concerned to learn from this incident and strive to strengthen unity. He added persistent anger brings no benefit, that all parties, especially community leaders, must act with maturity. His Majesty urged people to steer towards unity, not division, as this issue is an opportunity to gain a better understanding of each other in a diverse society, so that such incidents do not repeat. Since last week, the sale of the socks at the KK Supermart outlet in Petaling Jaya, Selangor had gone viral on social media, angering Muslims in the country. Yesterday, KK Supermart and Superstore Sendian Berhad Group founder and executive chairman, Dato Seri Dr. Chai Ki Khan, and his wife, Datin Seri Loh Siu Mui, pleaded not guilty in the Sessions Court to 2 counts of wounding the religious sensitivities of Muslim over the sale of socks. Also charged were 3 directors of the company that supplied the controversial socks to the convenience store chain.
The 2024 Sarawak State Level NUZUL Al-Quran was held tonight at the Al-Mutakin Mosque, Kota Samarahan, Team Sarawak Maju Makmur. Among the guests of honour who attended include Sarawak Head of State, Tun Berhin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jafar, and reporter Cheryl Shamina is at the location with more details. Over to you, Cheryl.
All right, thank you, Lorenzo, from the studio. You're now with me, Shosh Mato, and I'm now currently at the Al-Mutakin Mosque in Kota Samarahan as a themed Sarawak Maju Makmur. The NUZUL Al-Quran stage level celebration is being held here earlier tonight. Now, among the dignitaries who were here earlier tonight is our Head of State, Tuan Yang Terutama Tun Berhin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jafar, along with wife Top Wan Fauzia Muhammad Sanusi. Now, the event was also graced with the arrival of our Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tunopeng, alongside wife Wan Sri Dato' Amah Haja Jumaani Tun Tuanku Haji Bujang. Now, the expected guests that are targeting with the NUZUL Al-Quran welcoming back this year is around 2,000, and it is estimated that we almost reached that target this year with a total of 1,000 attendees who were gracing the event here tonight. Now, among the events and the highlights that occurred earlier tonight at the NUZUL Al-Quran is the Tazkirah NUZUL Al-Quran by the Mufti of Sarawak, Sahibus Samaha Dato' Haji Kipli Haji, and a bit of information on the theme of the Tazkirah that they had here earlier tonight is Al-Quran towards the direction of Maju Makmur, which is in line with the theme of the NUZUL Al-Quran 2024 state level with Sarawak Maju Makmur. And also he also shared alongside not only towards a progressive stage, but also towards green energy developments, climate change, and highlighted a few bits of important aspects of green economy earlier here tonight. And also those who gracing the events are not only the communities alongside the locals here, but also community leaders, ministers, state ministers, public servants, as well as the head of committees of the mosque and Sarawak. Well, that's all from me. That's all I can share from here. That's all from me. And further insights, you can tune in to TVS's official website at tvsarawak.my and all of TVS's social media platforms. Here with me, Shel Shamato, and videographer Zaim Zafan for TVS Kuching. Over to you, Lorenzo.
Thank you, Cheryl, for the updates. Moving on, Sarawak Governor Tun Pehin Srin Dr. Wan Junaidi Wan Tuanku Jafar is fully behind the community program initiative led by Sentex Commercial. Sentex Commercial General Manager Shahrin Yusri said the initiative includes offering a platform to local entrepreneurs such as embroiderers, songket and keringkam weavers, crafters and accessory makers.
He said the platform is also beneficial to the ecosystem as it helps to promote heritage products aggressively and consistently.
Jadi dengan ada Sentex Commercial, kita membantu mereka menjual secara berterusan dan konsistenlah di mana pendapatan mereka naik. Kalau dulu pendapatan mereka sebulan yang kita boleh simpulkan average lebih kurang 800 hingga 1000 untuk produk-produk begini. Tapi dengan ada inisiatif kita, pendapatan mereka naik 3,500 ke 7,000 satu bulan. Ini yang saya boleh katakan average pendapatan mereka. Sebab di akhir taklimat tadi ataupun pertemuan kunjungan hormat terhadap Tun dan Tuan Puan, tadi Tun berkata ini merupakan satu inisiatif yang baiklah. Jadi Tun kata tadi beliau sendiri akan support sepenuhnya program komuniti sebegini agar satu produk warisan kita legacy ataupun kesinambungan membudayakan memakai produk warisan kita berterusan.
He added the meeting was also to invite Tun Dr. Wan Junaidi and wife Tuh Puan Fauziah Muhammad Sanusi as guests of honor for the Rona Warni Aidilfitri Extravaganza program on March 31st at Jumaini Pavilion. He said this after paying a courtesy call to Tun Dr. Wan Junaidi at a renowned hotel in Kuching earlier today.
The Malaysian Borneo unveiled Harmony of Cultures, Nature and Adventure exhibition taking place at the Secure Hall, Paris, provides an overview of the harmonious aspects of culture, natural treasures and adventure landscapes found in Malaysia. Organized by the Sarawak Forestry Corporation SFC, the exhibition aims to foster awareness and action towards sustainable tourism and conservation in the region, targeting Niah National Park to be recognized as a World Heritage Site by 2024. SFC in a statement announced that the exhibition aims to engage delegates through captivating displays, interactive exhibitions, and highlighting the blend of various cultures and natural treasures in the region. The exhibition is organized by SFC in collaboration with the Permanent Delegation of Malaysia to UNESCO Paris, the Ministry of Urban Development and Natural Resources Sarawak, the Ministry of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts MTCP Sarawak, University Malaysia Sarawak Unimas, the Department of National Heritage Malaysia, and the Sarawak Museum Department SMD. By fostering awareness and appreciation, the event encourages intercultural dialogue, contributing to UNESCO's mission to promote peace and mutual respect. The statement further said that the exhibition night and reception proved to be very enriching and inspiring, bringing representatives together to celebrate the cultural richness, natural beauty, and conservation efforts of Sarawak and Malaysia. The exhibition, which ran from March 25th until today, showcases colorful clothing, accessories, and video displays to visitors. Right. The data collection systems developed by the Sarawak government, such as SPay Global and Sarawak'S Sayang Assistance VKSS, are considered to be more efficient and focused compared to the central database hub PADU. Senior Fellow of the National Professor Council, Dato' Dr. January Amir, said PADU's registration system requires irrelevant information compared to the systems developed by Sarawak, which have demonstrated better results. Consequently, the data collection systems in Sarawak inspire confidence among its users. As such, he urged the ministry in charge of PADU to emulate Sarawak's approach.
Pasti saya boleh katakan lebih baik. Sebab itu banyak komen yang sebenarnya tidak begitu sehat, tidak begitu positif berkaitan dengan PADU ini. Dan sistem yang sedia ada sebenarnya dari segi dapat digunakan. Tetapi saya fikir bahawa PADU ini diwujudkan untuk mendapatkan semacam data raya sehingga menimbulkan semacam keraguan, kesangsian juga di pihak rakyat. Adakah sistem PADU ini akan dimanipulasikan, digunakan oleh pihak tertentu untuk tujuan kepentingan politik dan sebagainya. Jadi aspek-aspek ini saya fikir perlu ditangani dan diselesaikan dengan sebaik mungkin oleh pihak terkait, khususnya Menteri Berkenaan.
Dr. January pointed out that the public's suspicions regarding the required bank loan information that needs to be entered into the system and expressed doubts about its possible exploitation by irresponsible parties.
Yang diragui, yang saya agak heran ialah mengapa perlunya sampai 39 maklumat peribadi itu perlu disenaraikan, termasuk pinjaman atau loan daripada bank yang perlu dikemukakan di situ. Jadi ini menimbulkan sedikit kebimbangan di pihak mereka yang nak mendaftar di situ. Maka saya fikir aspek berkenaan perlu segala input ataupun cadangan telah dikemukakan oleh pihak kerajaan Sarawak. Perlu diberi perhatian oleh kerajaan pusat untuk pastikan sistem PADU ini dapat dimantapkan lagi dan seterusnya dapat digunakan dengan sebaik mungkin dalam usahanya untuk menggunakan data yang ada dengan apa-apa tujuan sekalipun. Dan yang paling penting nanti supaya sistem ini dapat memperoleh keyakinan di pihak rakyat dengan segala input.
He said this when contacted by TVS earlier today. Previously, Deputy Minister in the Premier's Department, Corporate Affairs, Information and Sarawak Public Communications Unit, Dato' Abdullah Saidul, emphasised the importance of addressing the public's concern about PADU due to the increasing frequency of online scams. Saidul revealed that a total of 23,000 cases of online fraud were reported, incurring losses of 1.22 billion ringgit just last year. Authorities overseeing the PADU system must offer a clearer and a more transparent explanation to instill public confidence in its ability to safeguard against information breaches. Deputy Minister in the Premier's Department, Corporate Affairs, Information and UKAS, Dato' Abdullah Saidul, stressed that the public's acceptance of the system hinges on a clear explanation provided by the federal government.
Maklum balas secara rambang yang saya terima, terutama di kawasan desa, kebanyakan mereka tidak begitu risau tentang risiko maklumat mereka disalahgunakan kerana kebanyakan mereka tiada kerja tetap dan hanya memiliki satu akaun bank sahaja dan maklumat kewangan mereka benar-benar menunjukkan bahawa mereka benar-benar memerlukan bantuan kerajaan. Dalam keadaan kita sering mendengar kes jenayah ditipu atau scam di talian, ramai orang bersikap was-was dan berhati-hati untuk berkongsi maklumat peribadi. Perkara ini harus difahami. Tahun lepas sahaja direkodkan sebanyak 35,000 kes penipuan iaitu online scam yang melibatkan kerugian atau kehilangan wang hampir sebanyak 1.22 bilion.
Speaking to TVS when contacted earlier today, he suggested integrating data obtained from e-Kaseh into Padu to ensure accurate listings, particularly for the deserving poor and the B40 community. He also stressed the need for the federal government to address online fraud seriously, especially concerning retirees' substantial savings. 45 out of a total of 174 animals in Sarawak have been tested positive for rabies. Director of the Sarawak Department of Veterinary Services, DVS, Dr. Adrian Susin Ambut, revealed that these positive cases were detected in various districts. 17 cases were in Kuching, 4 in Bau, 2 in Lundu, 7 in Pedawan, 4 in Samarahan, 3 in Serian, Bintulu and Sabau respectively, and 1 each in Tebedu and Sri Aman.
In March alone, 20 animal rabies cases were detected, mainly in free-roaming pets, strays that were bitten, and sick pets surrendered by owners. As of today, Dr. Susin revealed that there have been 71 human fatalities out of a total 78 rabies cases since the outbreak was declared in Sarawak in July 2017. He pointed out that the rabies outbreak in 2019 was classified as a disaster level 2 by the National Security Council, with the State Health Department, JKNS, leading the response, assisted by DVS Sarawak and other agencies. According to him, Sri Aman Division was declared a rabies-infected division on March 25th, along with Kuching, Samarahan, Serian and Bintulu divisions. Despite no rabies-positive animals detected, 29 areas remain classified as rabies-infected in order to ensure intensified eradication efforts. To address this, 133 new positions will be created to bolster anti-rabies vaccination programs. Immediate enforcement actions will target unvaccinated dogs and stray removals, with collaboration between DVS, the Royal Malaysia Police, and the Immune Belt Enforcement Team.
Coming up right after the break, Malaysia Embassy keeping tabs on Baltimore bridge collapse, and Israeli continues bombing despite ceasefire resolution. Right here on TVS Nightline, stay tuned. Welcome back. The Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation is exploring the potential applications of hydrogen technology, particularly within the mobility sector. In a statement, the ministry announced its intention to engage in discussions with the relevant ministries and agencies to raise the rate of adoption of hydrogen technology, thereby fostering a community of end users in Malaysia. The ministry also said it expects to partner with the private sector to build a mobile hydrogen refueling station, and this will underscore the abilities and expertise of local talent to lead in the hydrogen economy. Malaysia's Foreign Ministry, via the Malaysian Embassy in Washington, is closely monitoring the situation in the aftermath of the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. Wisma Putra, in a statement, said that Malaysians in the affected areas are urged to stay vigilant and to keep updated on guidance provided by local authorities. According to media reports, the bridge collapsed into the Patapsco River early Tuesday after a Singapore flag container ship struck a pillar of the decades-old bridge, leaving 6 people presumed dead. It was reported that all 6 people were members of a nighttime construction crew who were repairing potholes on the Francis Scott Key Bridge when disaster struck not long after midnight. Video footage showed the packed container ship slamming into one of the bridge's supports, causing the 1977-built steel structure to collapse like deck of cards. Meanwhile, Malaysians requiring consular assistance can contact the embassy at the numbers listed on the screen. All 141 checkpoints across Malaysia require a total of 13,700 personnel for efficient operations under the purview of the Malaysian Checkpoints and Border Agency, MCBA. Deputy Home Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Shamsul Anwar Nasara said 104 warrant posts of various schemes and grades have been approved for implementation at MCBA headquarters and 9 entry points into Malaysia. This also includes the appointment of Datuk Seri Hazani Razali as the first MCBA Director General. He said more organized and thorough coordination is needed, with ongoing discussions and engagement being carried out to draft the MCBA bill and to amend at least 31 related acts. Based on what was planned, Shahrul disclosed that the amendment will be carried out after the bill is passed during the Dewan Rakyat session in June. He was responding to a question by Jempol MP Datuk Syamsul Kahar Muhammad Dili, who asked about the status of the pilot project for the implementation of the Single National Border Agency, SBA, now known as MCBA, and the targeted date it is expected to start operating. Elaborating further, engagement sessions with related agencies and stakeholders are being conducted to ensure smooth coordination at all aforementioned entry points. These include operational planning in phases, developing standard operating procedures that are integrated in the field, as well as creating policy coordination mechanism between various ministries and different departments. At the presentation of Budget 2024 in October, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim announced the establishment of MCBA as part of an initiative to strengthen the level of national defense and security preparedness. The initiative plan since 2018 will bring together more than 20 law enforcement agencies at 141 entry points, including the Malaysian Immigration Department, the Malaysian Quarantine and Inspection Services Department, and the Royal Malaysian Customs Department. On Monday, the United Nations voted for a ceasefire in Gaza, yet Israel's response to the resolution is characterized by immaturity. The Zionist regime continues to pummel the southern city of Rafah, home to 1.5 million displaced Palestinians, as a form of retaliation. With immense pressure from the global community and waning political support from the United States, Israel is resorting to increasingly aggressive actions, exacerbating the suffering of Gazans calling for more aid.
The conflict persisted uninterrupted for 2 days following the UN Security Council's adoption of its initial resolution, which demanded an immediate ceasefire and advocated for the release of around 130 hostages still detained in Gaza. Fireballs lit up the night sky in the southern city of Rafah, the only urban city in Gaza that had thus far escaped incursion from Israeli ground forces. Tragedy struck early today with 66 lives lost overnight, including 3 individuals killed in Israeli airstrikes in and around Rafah.
احنا قاعدين نتعرض لواحد ارهابي نتنياهو مش عامل حساب لحد ولا له كبير ولا حد رادع، والمشكله انه احنا ابونا مش مدور علينا، يعني احنا الزعماء العرب الدول العربيه احنا 2 مليار مسلم قاعدين بتفرجوا علينا، بتفرجوا على اطفالنا بموتوا، بتفرجوا على نسواننا وهي بتتذبح، واذا يعني.
Meanwhile, highlighting the dire situation faced by civilians ensnared in the conflict, the Gaza Health Ministry has appealed to donor nations to cease their airdrops. This plea follows a tragic incident where 18 individuals lost their lives while trying to recover airdrop aid. Despite of all that has happened, the U.S. National Security Council affirmed its commitment to delivering aid by road and stated its intention to continue airdrop as well.
Amidst the ruins of destroyed buildings in Palestine, an American woman, Deborah, was found underneath the rubble, fortunately alive and with minor injuries. The video went viral on social media, not only because an American in Gaza was a rare sight, but also because of her persistence and undying solidarity towards the Palestine cause.
Why you didn't travel like outside here? Why?
Because if I were to go outside, I would be like a monopic. I really believe that all Muslims need to be treated equally as an American living in Gaza. I feel that all the Arabs in the world should be here helping, not just me. I feel like I'm the only foreigner in Gaza right now, and I would never leave, because if Israel's going to take all of Gaza or all of Palestine, that they want everyone to leave. That's why I stayed, because I don't want them to take Palestine.
Commenters expressed their respect for Deborah's unwavering spirit. She is now receiving treatment, though only to a certain extent, as Gaza is facing extreme shortages of medical supply. Meanwhile, a video of a boy who was released from captivity by Hamas is also making the rounds on social media. In an interview with Israeli reporters, the boy sported glowing skin and cheerful attitude when asked to describe his experience when held hostage by Hamas.
השרשרת המסורתית שלהם, מסבכה קוראים לזה.
מסבכה?
כן, השרשרת שעושים ככה.
מה?
זה על הכיף, אם סובחן אללה, אלחמדולillah, אילי אללה, אללהו אכבר. ומתפללים, אז הם אמרו לי איך להגיד.
Thailand's lower house of parliament earlier today passed a so-called marriage equality bill. It makes Thailand the first Southeast Asian country to guarantee marriage rights for gay and lesbian couples. However, the bill requires approval from the Senate and endorsement from the king before it becomes a law.
The 500-member House of Representatives voted to pass the bill, technically an amendment to the Civil and Commercial Code in the final reading. As many as 400 lawmakers backed the legislation, while 10 oppose and 5 members abstain after a nearly 4-hour debate. After getting approval by the Senate and endorsement by King Mahavajiralongkorn, the bill will be published in the Royal Gazette and take effect 120 days later. The process is expected to complete well before the end of the year. When the changes come into force, Thailand will recognize marriage registration of same-sex partners aged 18 and above, along with their rights to inheritance, tax allowances, and child adoption. However, the bill garnered some pushback from Christian and Muslim minorities in the predominantly Buddhist country. The bill's passing was partly attributed to the fact that Thailand allows Islamic law to replace some national laws for Muslims living in the southernmost provinces, where they make up the majority. That should make the Civil and Commercial Code and any amendments inapplicable to southern Muslims. Government spokesperson Chai Wacharong confirmed that the code does not apply to Muslims in those provinces.
And that's tonight updates for TVS Nightline. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching and have a good night.